Hey everyone, so today we're going to be starting our keychain project, and I'm going to go ahead and walk you through how to make this keychain. Hopefully you can follow along, and if you struggle, please pause, rewind, and rewatch portions of the video so that you can complete the project in a timely manner. We're going to go ahead and have two tabs open, one for Tinkercad and one for Google Drive. So we're going to go ahead and start in Tinkercad. We're going to hit Create, 3D Design. We're going to go up and rename the project to our first name and last name, and then the word Keychain. Once we have our title saved as our first name and last name and Keychain, then we're going to go ahead and update our settings here in the bottom right corner to make sure that we are in a default of metric. We're going to go ahead and go into our Google Drive. We're going to go New, More, Google Drawing. And in here, we're going to go ahead and add a text box and then type whatever name you're going to use. In my instance, I use my first name, Lauren. I'm going to change it to Pacifico. And the reason we want to use Pacifico is because it's really loopy and all the letters connect. If you would like to use a different font, please go ahead and do it. And so here I'm giving an example of my first and last name. Now we're going to go File, Download as a SVG or Scalable Vector Graphic. Now that we have it downloaded, we're going to hit Import and then choose File. And then our untitled drawing as an SVG file. We'll go ahead and open that file. You want to downsize it to, you probably want to downsize it to like 10% or 20%. It's going to load. And sometimes it'll load off to the side like it did for me. You're just going to pull it into the middle. Click the top view. And we are going to resize it to be roughly anywhere between 80 and 90 millimeters, right around 80. We're going to go ahead and go at a side view, and we are going to make this thing 5 millimeters tall. That's the rule. It needs to be 5 millimeters tall. And so here I am, 80 millimeters wide, roughly 30 tall, and 5 thick. I'm going to duplicate it twice. Okay, and then from there, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make the bottom two 2.5 millimeters tall. Again, that's the rule. That's what our back plate is going to be. Now we're going to go ahead and use our fill mode, and we're going to do an outer line and round, and then we're going to, you can see how it kind of blows it up really big. We don't really want it that big, so we're going to find something that looks good. We want a nice even, distance around. So I'm going to just type in 3. Okay, and now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to do an inner line, and we're just going to turn this one all the way up because we just want everything full. And it doesn't matter which one you do. You're just going to fill it all the way in. We're going to go ahead and grab the bottom two We are going to center a line on both directions and then group those together. We're going to go ahead and grab a square because I have that little hole around the L. And so you have to set it to the side, and then we're going to fill that hole in with that square. So you're going to drag it over, grab it from the top, or to get a side angle, and we are going to change that to 2.5. So it's all the same height on this back plate area. We're going to grab them, group them. Okay, it looks a little funny, but it'll be fine. We can choose a color for our background, and then we can choose a color for our foreground or our name. Now we're going to drag a box, center a line, both directions, and now we have what our keychain looks like. Our last step is going to go ahead and grab this tube. Do not grab the blue donut, grab the tube. And we're going to go ahead and change some dimensions here. So try to match the same dimensions as I do. It'll work out okay. So it looks like I did a wall thickness of 5, and then I made each dimension 12, and then we did 2.5 again to match the black background. We're going to go ahead, snag that guy right there, place it where we want. We're going to go ahead, click the background, hold shift, and click the tube. We're going to group them together. And this is what our keychain will look like when it's done. We're going to go ahead and export as an STL file. And it's going to save as Lauren Sagler Keychain, or whatever your name is. We're going to go into Canvas, and then I have a link to a file for student projects. You're going to choose the color you want to be the main one. So mine is green. We're going to go New, File Upload. In your downloads, you're going to find your keychain. It's a .stl file. And you're going to go ahead and open it. So that was a quick look at our keychain project. Remember that the more you practice these skills, the quicker you'll become an expert. If you have any questions, please check with your peers around you first, and then come find me. If you by chance stumbled upon this video looking for a cool project, please drop any questions in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for future videos like this one. See you in the next one.